In today's episode of Terrible Crosspaths, we are going to mix the Rocket Storm with the Powerful Darts upgrade. And the incredibly bold challenge we're going to attempt is we're going to try to get every single pop on this bad crosspath in CHIMPS mode. Before you ask, how am I going to be able to do that when I can't even start with a Dartling gun? And well, I'm gonna have to make an exception for that, obviously. And to do that, we are going to simulate co-op starting cash. If I do 2 players starting cash, 550 each equals 1100, then I can magically now afford a Dartling gun. Yes, I know with that, I get all the benefits of the extra co-op starting cash, but not the disadvantage of having the co-op leg that comes with it, especially with Dartling guns, but again, we'll have to allow for this one. Now, all pops challenges are always very tough / annoying because getting 1 pop ends the run, meaning your normal support towers that you go for in like 2 mega pops like Alchemist, for example. You have to be very strategic in where to place it, and on some maps, you can't even place it at all, which is very bad. Now, on this map, I think there is a spot very deep in the left corner here where I can place the Alchemist, where it does not hit any balloons, as well as Pat Fusty, our hero, can go right below. His range is a lot tinier. This spot should be fine even without buff. I've tested. Pat is far and away the best hero for this because the flat damage buff really benefits the low damage from the 042, especially since we're not going for the way superior crosspath. Like, for one, we missed out on increased accuracy, which is a pretty big deal. Not to mention that if you go for a top crosspath laser shock, then you miss out on +1 damage, and all you get in return is extra pierce on the bottom crosspath, which is far less superior than damage, of course. That being said, for early game, pierce is actually pretty useful. I'm probably gonna have to buy for around 18 here. Turn that 1 pierce to 3. So Alchemist is pretty much a must-get in this challenge because I can't get lead bomb power naturally on my Dartling gun for round 28. Rocket Storm is just simply too much money by the Hydra Rocket Pod, so we have to rely on the 200 out buff for it to get the 50% chance that it lands on the Dartling gun here for those rounds. Alright, anytime now, there is AMD that landed. Can I get all the leads? Nope. We got all but 1, so I have to wait another probably 2 cycles to get it again. Good. On spot hits, we have a lot of leeway, so that is great and all. And once I have about $4,000, I'll start discounting, because that would save a lot of money on Hydra Rocket Pods and any other support I want to get, like glue gunners, for example. Let's just make sure we get all leads again here. Nope. Not this time around. Not this time around. 1 more cycle. Or rather, 1 more AMD. And there we go. Okay, there's 1 discount, 2 later. I actually think I need to get faster barrel spin for this round, just because the attack speed is a pretty hefty amount. And the thing is, if I want to outbuff my Dartling gun, I actually have to go straight for a 400, because right now, Pat Fusty is closer to the Alchemist than the Dartling gun, and the outbuff is based on proximity. And since 300 only buffs 1 at a time, well, it's never going to land on the Dartling gun in that case. So either we go for 400 Alch next, or we just save for the 4K for Hydra Rocket. I'd say Hydra Rocket, because it's about the same amount of money as 400 Alch. Okay, given how this is looking, there's no way I can double discount. I have to go for Hydra Rocket as soon as I can. In fact, even going for the 1 discount was hella risky, because I probably would have avoided Hydra Rocket for this round. But now I gotta painfully beat this round with an 022. And using Pat Fusty ability right now does not reach, as you see. But don't worry, this will be helpful, or he'll gain more range on this ability later, level 14. It's a sacrifice I have to make because if I want better accuracy, I have to place the Dartling gun close to the track. Anyway, round 35 has finally been complete after much micro. And come on, fend off the end of 36 here. Good, I really had to shut up and focus there. And let's not waste any time, 032. And we're good for the next 10 rounds or so at least. Alright, time for the out buff. We can do 420, because if we're planning for this thing to get 0 pops anyway, then crosspathing it for this to do more damage won't matter, because more damage on 0 damage is still 0 damage. Let's finish off with Rocket Storm now, and then we can start building support. It's a bold choice to think that a Rocket Storm could carry us all the way to round 100, but I'm prepared to try. Maybe, if it's possible, if spot hits is easy enough, we can do a Mad, because that would basically be an auto win. All we have to worry about is the balloon insides, like ceramics, but we can glue them to oblivion, and there'll be enough time on this map. We'll see if we can save 70k though, I doubt it. They definitely made it harder for us because they nerfed the mad price, sadly. So now next on the list is an engineer slash overclock. I found a spot where I think it should get absolutely 0 pops. Take a look at this line of sight blocking here. It sounds a little bit dicey if, say, a mob gets this far, or rather a ZMG or whatnot. But trust me, if I get the pixel right, I can definitely deny from hitting. So we're gonna bank on this pixel being the spot. We can target foam away from the track as well, just in case leads pass through, because the foam does do damage to leads, otherwise it doesn't do anything but decamo stuff. But this is now a 1.67 permabuff on my Rocket Storm. Should make our mid-game even cleaner. So options are very limited because we can't take any pops away. So the only really good support we have is glue gunners. Since I'm gonna get a lot of them, we might as well get a primary mentoring so that we get free tier 1 upgrades. Definitely want to get a, relentless glue here. Given mobs are our biggest issue, we probably want to slow those down, eh? So there it is. And then as I said earlier, at the start, the 042 Dartling gun has pathetic base pierce, or rather base damage, so getting a glue storm for permanent +2 would be a big help. I actually wouldn't say permanent because the glue lasts 24 seconds, but the cooldown is 40 seconds on glue storm. If you add the CDR that primary mentor gives 15%, then it's a little bit closer to full uptime, but I think I need a glue storm and a glue strike for true permanent +2. Okay, I'd say that's enough money spent on glue gunners for now. Let's go for village buffs. So, Call Arms is an absolute must. Homeland, I think, would be a must if I want to beat around 100, because if I don't go for Mad, then I pretty much have no chance. No chance of beating a BAD without tons and tons of attack speed slash damage buffs, so Call Arms plus Homeland is cheaper than a Mad, so that would definitely be the way to go, especially since it's a much easier stepping stone. I have 2 breakpoints in a 20k upgrade that gives a decent buff, as opposed to if I save for Call to Arms, or rather Mad, where I'd have to save 70k straight up. And that sounds pretty tough to do. Well, we'll know if Mad is affordable if I can save up for Homeland without using the Call to Arms ability at all, so we're gonna try to do that, even though I do have the ability right now that I can use on my free will. Use the Rocket Storm to end off around 80. Is Pat at level 14 yet? Not quite. So we still have to rely on not a single hero buff given. Just this so far. Gotta say though, Rocket Storm is so good. Spot Pits is a great map too because the balloons are basically at every point in the track. They'll start top left, they'll go bottom right, they'll go up top, they'll go everywhere. So the bad spread of the Rocket Storm isn't really too bad because it'll hit everything no matter what, so long as there is enough balloons on screen. I guess you could say the same for a lot of easy maps, but I think this one especially so. And given we're only 20k off of Homeland, I actually think we can, get Mad if I needed to. So I guess that's my plan B. If Rocket Storm doesn't work out for around 100, then we know where to go back to try to see if we can clutch up this bad Crosspath challenge. ZMGs are a tough cookie to break here. I think we'll need a second Rocket Storm in the end of this round here to finish off the BFBs with plenty of time to spare. Also, Pat is level 14 now, and look at that. The icon has been granted to the Dartling gun, so that's basically +3 damage, a better buff than the Glue Storm, however, for a heavily reduced duration. So that's one thing we really gotta watch out for. Okay, don't mind me, I ended up using a 1 Call Arms last round just because I already have it. It just makes it easier, even though I think I know I can beat it. And there it is. That was a very easy afforded Homeland, surprisingly. And we're still on the late in the 90s now with 0 pops on every single tower. Still 0 on the Alchemist as well. My only issue or concern is that the BAD hitbox is very, very, very big. So it's possible that when the bat spawns in, the Alchemist will throw 1 shot. Or if a ZMG or a bat gets down here, where I'm pointed, then the Alchemist can throw. If that happens, then I'm sadly out of luck, because I tried everything I can. Otherwise, there's no different placement I can do to get it to not reach. 1 million pops has officially been gotten on the Rocket Storm, halfway there. Let's do a big nuke here to finish off 94. combo all 4 of abilities, and we've got a whopping 15k DPS on our Rocket Storm. And basically almost ate up the entirety of 94 there. Pretty good. You would not think a tower with such low base damage can do that much damage in the late game, but it's all on the ability. I have to combo the other abilities with the Rocket Storm ability, otherwise I lose out on a lot of max potential. If we do the same thing for 95, you can see, we basically fend off the entirety of it in one cycle. And what I'll do here is I'll stall to end off 95, because I can. No towers get pops, just to get every ability back up to 0 cooldown, so I can do it again this round if I need to. Before that, let's wait for Glue Storm, because it's very close to being afforded. That would be a big help. Come on, give me 17-2, and then I can blast off immediately. Or after I wait 10 seconds. Come on. Come on. Rain Glue now. Homeland, Pat, Rocket Storm, and again, one-shot 96. See, if I could beat this round with every ability active, that would also be really nice. And indeed, we did that. 10k to spare is also enough for a Sabo, but I'm gonna hold the money in case, I don't know. Maybe I need to buy a Chinook. Like, to move the Alchemist away, worst case, for around 100. We'll see, we'll see. But for now, same formula. Wait for every BFB to spawn in. Actually, no, don't wait for every BFB. We want to get the ZMGs because they have the most damage, or the most HP. So break those down first. And after those are down, focus the FBFBs, and holy crap. I mean, it's not a surprise because we one-shot 94, but we also one-shot 98. Absolutely nuts. And again, target away. Away, away. 98 done. Repeat for 99. Boom, 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 boom. Goodbye, FTTs. And stall round 100 out. Like that. So, moment of truth. Round 100 will decide whether I need to buy a Chinook or not. Don't touch. Good. That's amazing. Now let's Homeland. This, and this. And in the middle, let me buy an 041. So I have another Glue Storm, or another plus damage for the downtime of Glue Storm. And we'll see how close this ends up being. We have to use it at about the 75% mark. This, I think, perfectly covers the downtime. Rain another Glue. Homeland again here. I should again wait for every ability to be up. So now, I don't like that inaccuracy of the Rocket Storm for around 100 here for sure. Nothing I can really do though, unless I wait for it to be in range, but there's no point waiting when I get it up, like here. This is good, this is good. Rocket Storm here will miss the least amount of stuff, because this is as close as I can get to the bad. And just like that, we're down to 20% HP. Good. Now it depends on if we can beat it before the bad reaches the Alk here. Or if it doesn't touch the bad, that would be amazing. Ideally we pop it though, come on, don't. That is such a wall scraper. But we did it? Wow, that tail was very close to getting through. Alright, and check the overclock here, still 0, that's good. Another Glue Storm. And this is perfect. We have all our abilities back for the DTs here. So another combo. And that should easily beat the DT spawns. Now, the issue is I won't have the ability up again for the ZMGs here. I'm gonna get a Mob Glue. What I'm saying is I want to wait for another cycle of all my Homeland abilities, but if I wait too long, then it'll reach the Alchemist. But if I pop it too early, BFPs are way faster than ZMGs. Like that, for example. That's too fast. That's fine. Rocket Storm is back again. And we can do this before it hits the Alchemist. Come on. Do we do it? Let's check. Damage, pops. Okay, for some reason it's like the difference is 400, but let's see. That's not accurate. We gotta see the other towers. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0. Nice. Not gonna lie, that was the cleanest 2 Megapops / all pops challenge I've ever done. I didn't think, even through like testing before this, that it was capable of beating the 90s that well, but it freaking did. As a short encore here, we'll see how much longer we can survive doing all pops. So let's get the other utility, like a Bloon Sabo. I'm not sure how many other Bloon Sabo spots I can put on this map where it doesn't hit a balloon, but I know that spot we'll avoid a majority of it. So just one for now. Performances like this, I believe, is worthy of an encore for the Rocket Storm here. Take a look for 102 here. We basically have the monkey knowledge that stuns blimps, like with a Rocket Storm ability at home, thanks to Relentless, kinda. Now, the DTs are really spaced around, so I didn't get all of them with one ability, because they didn't come out yet. So get this one, and get this one up here. Come on. Oh, so close, but the Alchemist took a pop away. And we died as well. Attempt 2 went a lot cleaner, obviously. Beat all DTs. Easy. Also, what the hell? Ninja here takes pops away. So I'm out of luck, aren't I? I'm looking at every other spot on this map, and it's much closer to the track than even this one over here. My only option for ninjas would be to put it here, but now that would mean I can't let any blimps get, you know, over here. So I guess we have to go back to 101. Don't do ninja. And if we can't do ninja, then there's not much else we can do other than just spam Relentless Glue. As sad as that is. And just because there's no camo on this one, get us some Merchant Support sub. So how does no Sabo change this round? Can we still beat it? Well, absolutely. There's the last DDT. And we're good. Holy Batman mobs this round. Okay. Combo again here, while the F-Zoomies are close to range. I guess in a way, late game free play, the 042 isn't too bad, because we definitely could use the +2 Pierce here. Really helps for 103 and 104, I feel like. 106 is going to face the same issue with 102, and that is one Rocket Storm ability will not get me through the whole wave, so what the heck do I do? Well, the answer appears absolutely nothing, because Relentless Glue comes in clutch with the stuns once more. And somehow we saved for another Called Arms. I just realized that that was another thing I can do to increase DPS, or rather, cover DPS during Homeland downtime. Although, frankly, it's not going to do much, because we're only going to use the Called Arms when there's no Rocket Storm ability. So that would give me a very marginal benefit. Like, I'll go ahead and use it now, but that doesn't really do much, obviously. It just buys us a little bit of time to be able to get the big boys off again. So here's big boy number 2 on 108. This can probably go on all the way to 119, the next bat round. Okay, let me show you the most dense round of the 110 tier and how much damage it can do. Starting out at 5.25, ending off at 5.65. So 400k damage in one cycle there, just in case you were curious. And it's yet another round where I can finish off in exactly 2 cycles. Jeez. And here we are. The official end of the line. $52,000 saved up, which is absolutely ridiculous. Because if you know me, you know I have talked a lot about how difficult Freeplay is. 101 to 120 versus 99.9 is such a different beast. But at this point, there's nothing else I can do to really get more damage out of this. So we'll see, I guess, how close we can beat one bad. But given how much more HP it has compared to 100, I doubt we're gonna break through 1. Regardless, hope you enjoyed that showcase, and whoa, Pat, I guess, got pops here, so. And Alchemist too. Wait, why does it do it this round, but it didn't do it for around 100? That's really strange. Well, I'm not gonna question it. But anyway, the initial goal was 2 million pops before any other tower got 1, but instead we ended up getting 8.7. Pretty good work from what is supposedly the worst crosspath of the middle path darling. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, then click here if you want more.